Hi everyone, Tim Neal here from DataFarming with our exciting new zoning tool that's been upgraded again. And I'm just going to take you through now how it works and what you can do with it, the layers you can zone and how you export the files. So you might be in here looking at your standard resolution satellite image or even your high resolution imagery. You can see here I've clicked on this high resolution imagery from the 4th of December, and you can see there's quite a bit of variation there. And you say, well, I want to zone that up for some aerially applied nitrogen, for example. So you click under Actions, Create Zones. This will take you to a new screen where you will click on the field that you want to zone again and hit Start Zoning. This will take you to a screen now where you can either use standard resolution data to zone off, high resolution, or your rapid EMs if you've done EM mapping with us. So I'm going to zone off my high resolution, and I'm going to use my NDVI, but you can select whatever layer here you want to zone off. So we're going to select NDVI because it's pretty early in the crop growth here. There's the latest image, the 4th of December. And that's the image we were just looking at before. So now it's saying, well, how would you like to zone this up? Would you like it to do it automatically? You say, yeah, okay, well, I'll give that a go. I'll do 3 zones, and I'm putting it on with an airplane, so I'm going to be pretty coarse here. I'll do it at 100 meter sort of pixels, very large. So you can see now that that's split that up quite nicely. If you did want to continue with that in automatic, then you can jump across to your edit your rates. So in zone 1 here, we might want to put on 100 units, say 100 kilos of urea. Zone 2, we might want to put on 80. And zone 3, we might want to put 60, for example. Now, it tells you with those hectares there, the rate, the amount of product you need. So you need 4.6 tons of urea if this is urea, for example. And then you might have noticed, oh, well, this little patch down here, that's not quite right. That's actually part of my zone 3. So you click the little paintbrush on zone 3, and you'll see there's a big paintbrush come across. You can then paint in those areas that you might want to change. So that was a bit extreme. Let's go back to, and so you can see it automatically adjusts the rate of product needed as you do that. You can then add that to your cart, pay for it, and export it as a CSV, which will go straight into the spreaders. Now, what you can do also down here is just drop your transparency back, and just to make sure that, is that what you really want? Does that suit, does the rate suit what you're trying to achieve with your image underneath? So that transparency button allows you to look through into the satellite image underneath. You can also delete different zones there. You can add more. So, a really good opportunity there to adjust that as needed. But say you're not really happy with that. We want to do our own zoning. If you notice down the bottom there, you'll see that you can now draw your own. And automatically then that will now just create it's only the whole field if you like. So again, you might want to turn your transparency on as we do this, but I think I need 4 zones in this field. So I'll just add 4 zones, and they just come up as different colors. At the moment, the whole field is 1 zone. So now what I want to do is I want to cut this field up into a whole heap of my own zones. So you'll see at the top you have a line cut. So you just want to cut using a line. You might want to cut a polygon out of the middle of it. And you can also then, when you've cut a number of zones, you can merge them back together. And it does tell you a little help thing there on how to use that. I'll show you now. You've also got undo and reset. So if you make a mistake, you can go backwards. So let's go and cut up this field now. We can see here clearly we've got a different zone happening there. We've got another one here. If I want to use my polygon again, I want to cut that out. let's turn the transparency down a bit so I can actually see where I'm going. And now I just want to cut this N1 off. Then you just start on the outside, draw all the way through and double click to finish. Another line cut here. So I can just go through, double click. And if I just take the transparency off, you can see now I've started to cut. I've got a polygon in the middle here. I've cut this with a line. I've got another polygon here. So you can keep doing this as you go through, using the satellite image underneath as your guide. Line cut, I want to go just through there. So you just go from one side to the next and double click. What else do I want to do? That looks pretty reasonable. So the only thing is I've got another patch right up the middle there that's really not, I don't want to fertilize that at all. So let's have a look now and see what we've done. We've created a whole heap of lines cut through there, and whoops, I hit undo. Let's line cut this one. Okay, so now my zone 1, I might want 0 rate on that, and I don't want to apply anything in there. Zone 2, I might want to put 50 units on here, and that'll be for this part of the field and this part of the field. Zone 3, I might want to put 80 units, and that's where I want to put 80. And then lastly, I'll put 100 on this one, and I want to put 100 there. So you can see now that we've created 4 zones, all with different rates. And if I want to change any of those rates, clearly I can just go back through and color those in with the pencil. And again, double checking that's what you want to do. And this is really good for, where you've got, where your zones are, you've got an aeroplane coming to, to do some of these things. Keep in mind, you're going to probably get some of these little slithers as well, but you can go through and draw, color them in with whatever you like. So now that I've done that, I'm finished. I want to add to my cart, and you'll see that one's not supposed to be in there. This is the one I've just done, 4 zones, 59 hectares. I can proceed to checkout. Now, there's 2 different ways you can put your credit card in. If you're a rice farmer and approved, then you can click invoice, and for this 2024 season, we will be providing the zoning for free. Otherwise, you'll just have the credit card option. You fill in your details, including your phone number, so that we can contact you if there's any issues. And then you hit pay. Now it's finished. Now you can export that directly. Now there's 2 different sort of export options. If you have a subscription, you can actually zone over multiple fields at once, which is really handy if you have an aeroplane that's you want to treat a whole heap of fields at once, and you can do that. Otherwise, if you don't have a subscription, you can do 1 paddock at a time. But in this case, I can now download that individual field as 1 file. Or if I had multiple fields done and I just want it all in 1 file, then I'll just hit export as entire farm. So all you have to do now is click that button. It will go to your downloads folder. Saw it jump in at the top there. Now that's a zip shapefile, which will go into any machine that has a variable rate controller, and that allows you to, that zone map will come in with those rates embedded into your controller. You can also, I guess, with multiple fields, you might want to, if you're on a ground rig, you want to do individual fields, because normally a tractor is set up per field. But if you do have other users like aeroplanes, aerial application, then you can do the whole farm. So also, let's go back now and have a look at that. So you just click the little I button, and it'll take you back to your mapping screen. And it shows you now under your layer tab, there's my variable rate zoning map that was done today on December the 4th. The image was from the December the 4th. and you can click now on these three little buttons here, three little dots, and you can re-export that again. Or we've put a really nice feature in for you. You can go back and adjust the rates. So if you didn't want to, you want to up these rates a little bit, then you can do that, and export again. So you can export it. There we go again. I've just re-exported that with new rates. So we've built that really nice little feature in for you, so that you can reuse that layer or readjust your rates if you need to. I think that's about it. If you do, if you do want to, sorry, now it's jumped across and created a whole new one again, because we have re-exported that with new rates. So there it is again. So yeah, that gives you a bit of an overview. Really flexible sort of tool to use. Feel free to reach out, support@datafarming.com.au if you have any issues at all. You'll also get a little how-to guide after you purchase your variable rate zones on how to actually install it in any machine. So that'll be very useful if you've never done this before. Otherwise, any feedback's much appreciated. Thanks for watching.